Hi guys, and welcome to the training which shows you how to extract all the live links from an article directory website. This is an advanced tutorial. It's going to show you how to create a loop which goes into an article directory website and extracts all the links that have been published. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a login step. So I'm going to tell it to navigate to my.ezenarticles.com to log in. Put in the user ID and the password here, and then press the sign in button. So let's run these. Now that we've logged in, I'm just going to close this, and I'm going to wait for this piece of text. Okay, now after logging in, normally we would go about submitting an article by clicking this link and then doing a whole bunch of things after clicking the link. But for this example, I'm not actually going to automate the actual article submission. That should be a piece of cake. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bunch of these random click steps just to show you that this portion is where you would go about and actually submit the article. But after logging in, what we want to do is we want to add a check if condition to say if the user has chosen to check the live links, then jump to a certain step. So in this case, I'm just going to type in step number 99. And then I'm going to move this here. So after logging in, and it finds this piece of text, recent achievements, is going to check to see what the user has actually chosen to do. Now, the choice of what to do is coming from here. The user can say post articles and press the start button, and then SEnuke is instructed to go and post the articles. Or the user can say check the live links instead. So if the user had chosen to post the articles, all it would do is it would skip this check and it would continue with actually posting the article, and then we would have a mark finish step over here. But if the user's actually chosen to check the live links, then it would go to the live links page. So this check step would jump to a step which would take you to the list of live links. So this is the live links page. So I'm just going to copy this. This is the URL. I'm going to add a navigate step after the mark finish step. So everything from here to here is going to happen if the user chooses to post the article. But if the user chooses to check the live links, it's going to skip all the steps after step number 10, and let's tell it to jump to step number 12 to just check the live links. So let's run this step. Now let's wait for this piece of text listed below. Okay. Now we have to figure out how to get the URL of every single one of these live links. So let's click this button because none of these things are clickable. So let's click this. It says view on SEnuke.com. So let's select this and let's go add element click. Over here we see the actual HTML says preview this on SEnuke.com, and then it has the actual article URL after it. Now all we need to do is put a wildcard here, and this is going to allow us to search for all the links on the page that link to the actual URLs. So because we don't want to actually click this link, what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this to the clipboard, and I'm going to add this step. I'm going to say assign to variable. So it's put a wildcard here again. So what it's going to do is it's going to look for the first element that matches this and assign the href, which is the actual link, to the variable called article link. And then what we're going to do is we're going to simply say add URL, and then over here we're going to type in article link. So this step is going to extract the variable. This step is going to extract the URL, and this step is actually going to add that URL to the URL list. But now how do we go about adding the rest of the URLs? Every single time you call this find item step, it's just going to keep finding the same item, the same element on the page. So how do we find the next element? So what we have to do is we have to change the element that it just found into something that won't be recognized the next time this find item step is called. So let's do something like set the element value. Let's set what we could do is we could change the title. We could change the title to blah. So because this thing is looking for this exact title, if we change the title to blah, the next time it tries to find the element, it's not going to find that exact element, it's going to find the next element that has not yet been modified. But instead of changing the title, I'm going to show you another trick. What you can do is change the outer HTML to a blank value. When you change the outer HTML to a blank value, what that actually does is it actually hides that element from the page. So it first extracts the URL, adds it to the URL list, then hides that element, and then let's add a jump to step that's going to go and find the next element. Alright, so now it's going to jump back here to find the next element. Now this loop is going to keep on continuing until something puts an end to it. So to put an end to it, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add another condition. We're going to have to add another jump to condition if these words are found. View on easyinarticles.com. Let's put step number 99. So once it assigns the URL of the first link and adds it to a URL list, the second thing it's going to do is it's going to make this link invisible. So that by setting the outer HTML to a blank value, so that the next time that this jump to condition gets back here, is going to find the next link. And then what we want to do is we want to say if none of these links exist, or actually instead of doing this, what we should do is we should say only jump to step number 14 if you can find another link to extract. So if it finds this title is equal to preview this article, if it finds that on the page, it's going to jump to step number 14 to extract the next link. If it doesn't find it, it's just going to continue to the next step, which is going to be marked finished. Now, it's not going to find it after all the links have been extracted because we're changing the outer HTML to a blank value. And this title is inside the outer HTML. So anytime we change the outer HTML to a blank value, what it's going to do is it's going to erase this whole tag. The whole tag is going to be erased. So it's not going to find this piece of text again. So I hope that wasn't too complicated to understand, but this is an advanced topic. So if you are watching this video, I would hope that you have a certain idea of HTML code. Alright, so let's run it from step number 10, which should make it jump to step number 12. Let's press play. Okay, so now it's done 3 URLs. So it's going to do 10 of these, I believe. There we go. So it extracted all the URLs and then it went to mark finished. Now let's actually go into the URL list. And these are all our URLs right here. This anchor text, it retrieves from right here, the title. Or you could type in an output URL anchor text if you'd like to vary the anchor text each time. Or you can simply go edit anchor and then remove that anchor text. But the important thing is that we have all our URLs extracted and saved to the URL list now.